Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone in Facebook land. Happy Thursday. I know I usually come on Tuesday, and I didn't do it Tuesday. And then I tried to come on Wednesday, and I had my twin sisters, and they was bouncing all over the place. And when I went to go actually cancel or end the broadcast, it got deleted. So I have to come back and do this again. And I hope that you are noticing that I am trying to upgrade a little bit of technology so I can really share some good information, content, and strategies for you. So I hope you've seen the caption. The caption said, "Do you have the Hooptie of Investments?" Y'all remember when we got our first car? What kind of Hooptie did you have? So I had a Nissan Pulsar, and it was oh God, I think it was a 1986. As a matter of fact, it still had Datsun on there. It wasn't even a Nissan Pulsar. It still had Datsun. So yeah, that was my first Hooptie. And I rode, and it was a 5-speed. I rode that thing like the Dukes of Hazzard all over Knoxville, because you know Knoxville ain't nothing but hills. So I was hitting them hills and jumping and moving. What kind of hoopty did you guys have? Well, I want to talk about another hoopty that I am starting to see more and more people almost kind of bragging about their little hoopty. Now, I enjoyed my hoopty, but it did only serve me for a purpose in time. And what I mean by that, oh, sorry, I forgot my coffee. Hold time. Okay, your girl is back. So my hoopty did serve me for a purpose in time. It was supposed to, until I was getting to the point, girls, go away, until I got to the point where I was able to set up for a better car, get a car note, be able to have a nicer car. You know, it took me some years to be able to get my first brand new car that you could drive off the lot with like just 7 miles, you know, but it was one of my accomplishments to be able to have that brand new car, right? And I know even a lot of times people, you know, they'll get their starter house, and their starter house may just be a 1 bedroom, 1.5, 2 bedroom, 1.5 bath, if you're lucky to get a half bath. But when you have your home built, shout out to my girl Tina, who, we're going to be celebrating my birthday in her new house that she just had built. But she had that built thing. That thing is like 4 bedrooms, 5 baths, garage, yard. It is absolutely gorgeous. See, she graduated. She graduated to a bigger and better home. So, and I'm happy for her. And that's what we're supposed to do. But the investment in particular that I want to talk about today is your life insurance. Y'all know life insurance is one of my favorite conversations to have. But this is going to be a little bit of life insurance education. What prompted this is because I've seen a post where people were saying, well, I only paid this much for my life, and I only paid $10 a month. I only paid $60 a month, or I only paid this. And I was like, you got the hoopty. And I could tell that they had the hoopty based on the prices they were saying. So what I want to do is actually share the numbers that go along with that. So let me explain what I mean, okay? So here you have a term life insurance policy. This is one of my carriers, Emeritus. And I'd like you to be able to see here, when you start off this plan, you're literally looking at paying what? Less than $40 a month for the policy. So having that policy and having it grow and have a $250,000 benefit, that's not bad. That's really not bad at all. You got this money, $250,000. I pay $40 a month. That's a pretty good deal. And mind you, this is based on a 35-year-old male, non-tobacco smoker in standard health, not even preferred, but in standard health. So you see the price stays the same. This $465. Let's just do the math on that. 465 divided by 12. That's $38.75 a month. That's pretty good, right? But I ran this as a 20-year term. Who knows what happens when I scroll down on the screen and get to year 20? At year 20, the premium goes from $465 $465. Let me zoom in because I want y'all to be able to really see that. So we go from a premium of $465 a year to a premium of $2,600 a year. That is $216 a month. So that's at 55 years old. That's what happens. So you can then have two choices at 55. You can go buy another term policy that might take you out another 10 years, 20 years, or you can get a permanent policy. Now, at this point, you would have to do something which is called underwriting. You would have to qualify for a new policy again. They're going to take your labs. They're going to come out and do your blood and urine, depending on who the company is. They're going to go get your doctor's records. And you may have some unflattering things in your doctor's records at this point. And what does that mean? That means that you technically have to keep this policy because you can't get another one, especially if you still require a $250,000 death benefit. So now as we go down the line, we'll see the premium is just $2,600 for the year. And that's not bad. You might pay that with your income tax, and you do that at age 55. But what happens at 65 when you retire? You notice these numbers are still going up. Here at 64, we're talking about $554. So 554.28 divided by 12. That did not calculate correctly. Let's try it again, baby. 4.28 divided by 12. That's $452 a month. What happens at 65, the year that you retire, and you want to keep this $250,000 policy, you're paying me more than $600 a month. What's happening to your parents and your grandparents who they had the policy and they've been paying on it? And I need to make this 100% clear. This just isn't the policies that I write. These are all term life insurance policies. That's how term life insurance works. So what's happening is at 70 years old, your term absolutely is going away, especially if you have a policy with Primerica. They are going to increase your premium. And that's where a lot of our parents and our grandparents, they are just lapsing their policies. They're getting rid of it altogether. They told you all of your life that you were going to have this huge death benefit policy that was going to be there as your inheritance. And as they got into their olden years and their golden years, then they couldn't afford the premiums anymore and they had to get rid of them. So it's almost better to say, wouldn't I try and get me a better vehicle earlier on in life, so that way when it came time for me to need it in retirement, need it later in life, then I'm not going to have to worry about what the expense is going to be, because maybe it's a whole life or a permanent policy that's got cash value and you don't have to pay premiums anymore after age 65. So that's what I wanted to just kind of briefly jump on and talk about the Hooptie of life insurance. Yes, it'll get you from point A to point B, but if your point B is going to be longer than 20 or 30 years, and I hope it is, I genuinely hope that your intention is to live into your 80s and your 90s, to see your grandkids, to build your business, to live your legacy, and do all the things that you want to be able to have in life. I pray that's your legacy. And if so, then we also want to talk about making sure that you're not going to end up losing all of the money, all of the premiums that you put into that life insurance policy. So reach out to me if you have questions, if you want me to run an illustration. And if you don't believe me, go and look at your policy. Go actually look at your life insurance policy and see if it makes a change in premium at somewhere around the 20 or 30 year mark. Also, look at some of your policies and see, have you had this 10-year policy for the last 8 years, or you had a 20-year policy that your parents got for you when you went to college, and here you are in your 40s and it's already expired. You thought you had coverage, but such is not the case. So I want to make sure that we're making wise financial decisions. I want to make sure that we're putting our money in the right buckets. I want to make sure that we're intentional. I want us to understand how our life insurance policies work. I know that everyone says this is the stuff that they should have taught you in high school. Of course, they absolutely could have, but here I am to save the day, your good girlfriend, and I'm telling you, I'm showing you the numbers live. This is what you need to make sure that you're protecting your family. Okay. So you can go to the website, lifevisionsolutions.com. I am wealthynow.com. Oh, my cup is backwards. Yeah, I am wealthynow.com. And we can have a virtual appointment by phone. We can have a face to face appointment in my office. We can sit down, we can chop it up and figure out what your situation is. We've got a lot of different strategies that we can work with. I believe that there's the 7 accounts that every adult should have, which includes your brokerage accounts, your 401ks, your Roth IRAs. You should have your long-term care and annuity plans. You definitely need to be able to have all of these different buckets in place so you do not end up in financial disaster. So, not going to keep you long. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you have an amazing Thursday, and I will see you again real soon. Take care. Bye.